I'm on the World Team Racing League Triple Team Time Trials, and I sped it up so you see what's going on. I missed the first 7 minutes of the race, but since the race is so long, I decided to go ahead and start back recording it. I'm putting this up on Wednesday morning because it's a nice race. It was a group race. It was more it was us Asian. It was C's and D's on this team, and for the most part, I ran really well with this team. This was like a really good race, and you get to see the team dynamics. I had a discussion with somebody in comments about they were talking about how I was riding with the D class guys I was riding with. When we was riding on Tuesday night 2 weeks ago. I ran a Tuesday night 2 weeks ago, and I finally got to run that Tuesday night race, and it was a great race. Don't get me wrong, it was a very good race. But that race, I was mostly running like a zone 2 ride because I never really pushed myself. Now, this one, I am in zone, I think it's zone 3. Anything over 138 for me and my heart rate is zone 3. So you can see I'm riding mostly zone 3, which I can ride that all day long. It doesn't bother me. 144 to 150 is a really comfortable. Anything under 150 as I'm riding is a really comfortable ride for me. It doesn't hurt me or mess me up or anything. So you can see I'm riding pretty good on this race. I'm feeling great. I'm feeling myself. I'm riding as a group, and I never really, because I didn't know. I knew it was a 1,000-meter climb in this race, so I was never really amped to just jump out in front and take over. I just kind of sat back and rode. And as you can see, I just kind of sat back and rode with the group. I never really jumped out in front and took over. Now, when we hit a flat, I would get out in front. Now, I would do that when we got on the flat because I can sustain such a great power and speed when I was riding that I would jump out in front when we was on a flat. But if we weren't on the flat, like you see here on the flat, I'm running 33 miles an hour. And I'm forcing them to ride with me up front. Now, you get on the drag with me and you ride with me up here. Now, we passed, I think, 2 teams on this thing. But at one point, they were talking about there was a third team that was pretty close. I really wanted to chase them down, but you know, we're riding as a team, so it was kind of cool. It wasn't a hard ride. Everything about Watopia is everything I love. Even on this, like I said, when we hit the inclines on this thing, you know, I had to jump it up so I can catch up, get my power up. But outside of that, it really wasn't a bother for me. You know, they would lead me a little bit on the inclines, and I would tell them, hey, don't worry, I'll catch back up when we be back as a group when we go downhill, because I'll ride back up with y'all. So that's how I mostly all went. And you can see anytime I had a dip and I would just end up back up in front. So this was a really great race. And the other thing I love about these on the Triple T's on Thursday is at the end we sprint. We take off and see, you know, we get a chance just to take off at the end, and we try to just get ahead. So, and I know there are C's in this race, and they're really good riders on here. So I knew that eventually I was going to have to put it in and try to get ahead. So, you know, at the end, I get happy about sprint. So I'm just mostly riding now at the pace of just trying to get through the race and just relaxing in the spot that I am in. And that made the race a lot more comfortable for me, where I wasn't worried about, see, here we go, we're catching up to, this is actually one of our teams that started off like a minute before, 2 minutes before us, and we passed them. And it was just exciting to ride this race. I love the triple. I thought when I did that, maybe because I need to do it more, we was more all D's, maybe I need to do it more with them, but I really enjoyed riding. I enjoy riding the Thursday night race. I think I'm gonna be able to make this Thursday, so I'm looking forward to it. I'll let them know that day of, because sometimes I may not make it back in town, but if I can make it back in town for that Thursday race, I will do that Thursday race. And as we ride as a group, you see, we're coming around and we get the ground closer to the running on this third lap. Anytime we go up a hill and I wasn't prepared for, that's when I kind of fall back a little bit further than I normally like to. But for the most part, when we come back around through this little Italy city and we come back around, we start to get back close to the end of this one. So you go up, when you go straight through here, you're gonna go over the bridge, and then there's gonna be one more incline. And when you get through that incline, come down to that other side of the incline, it's all downhill and flats. And that allows me just to go wild. And you see, I pull up in front of them because I knew the hill was coming up here. So I get in front so I can hit the hill with a little bit of speed and gives me a chance to get up over the hill. And as we're coming over the hill, I know they will catch up to me. So that's what I'm doing there. So we're riding. I'm riding like, okay, cool. We're going to come back around there. And you see, I'm behind, but it's not a problem. Like I told them when we was talking to F, I said, don't worry, I will catch up to y'all. And I don't have to, you see, I'm not pushing myself. You know, I'm really not. I just kind of, when we get them rolling hills, I just catch people because my weight gives me a chance to stay at a certain speed as we go up and down while they're fighting to get up and down the hill. I don't have to do that. That's why I like rolling hills. I call them the Humpty Humps. Now, as we come around on this one, we come back down to a flat again, I'm at 30-some miles an hour. And I'm just riding. Now, the thing is, on the inclines, they got to ride the front ride with me, but on the flats, I could ride like this. And I noticed that theirs is picked up a lot higher to ride with, but as we ride in a group like this, it is so much more fun to ride these group rides. I really do enjoy these things. I enjoy riding as a group ride, a team ride. And then we come back around on this last one. We're coming back through here on this last one for the incline, on this first incline. And like I say, I try to keep it up because I know one thing I'm learning now is that I don't have, even though I'm putting a lot of power in, I don't have to put a lot of power if I can keep the pedals up. So I've been lately bringing the power out in exchange for keeping 90 or 100 revolutions per minute. Because I can ride this whole thing out at that revolution. And you see my heart rate jumps up because we're going uphill and I'm really pushing it. But I'm getting used to riding at 90, 95 to 100 revolutions out at a time, you know, and you'll see that from me a lot. And that's just something I do now. It's not a big thing to me to do that no more. And so we come through this, and we at the beginning of the last round, and as we ride as a team, you know, I'm there thinking, okay, cool. I'm not in a rush to get in front. Right now, I'm at a point where I'm riding, I'm thinking to myself, okay, cool. I don't have to get in front. All I need to do is to get close to the pack and just ride in the pack. But when we go downhill or we do anything slightly short of a flat, I just kind of automatically catch up. And if you notice, like I said, look at my pedals, I'm not putting out number 200, 250, 300 watts. I'm not putting that devastating watts that I normally would put out. Plus, I gotta admit, we're getting close to, I think we end up getting like 16, 17 miles on this thing. We're getting close to where I'm peaking at. So I'm peaking soon. Where, you know, after that, it's all downhill for me, literally. And then we end up going downhill. And the one thing I would do you see, I really don't even pedal when we go downhill. Now, I don't try to stop a lot because what happens is it feels funny to my knees when I come to a complete stop. So what I do is just slow pedal. You will see me sometimes where that thing I want to be putting out like 90 watts because I'm just slow pedaling. And that, you know, and it'd be like 25 pedals per minute. So I really slow down. Now, as we ride through here, we're getting close to the end of this thing. And we're coming to my favorite part of now. We're going to come down through here. We're going to go over the bridge. Now, once we go over the bridge, there's another incline. And that's where I get left at. But oh, that's right. We already, we're going through it. We're going to go through, make this turn here. We're going straight, and there's going to be a bridge. And on the other side of the bridge is the incline. Now, as we come under the bridge, I actually speed up and I put a bit more power in because I want to have a nice ride into the bridge. So that's what I was looking forward to. And so as we come around, I come up there, and they come ahead of me on this bridge, and they really are, you know, everybody's starting to get close to the end, so we starting to anticipate rides. So they leave, they get ahead of me, and I don't even tell them to slow down. I said, man, don't worry about me. I will catch up to y'all again, though. Just ride. And it seemed like they don't. I know everybody can see it. It seemed like they're not for me. For me, it's not, especially with the Humpty Humps. And you see, I just slowly walk them back down into the group. In fact, I end up in front. And I just slowly try to just stay with the group because I know at the end we like to sprint and race it out at the end. So, you know, even though you can leave me on the hill, as long as we have downhills or humpy humps, I'm gonna catch back up with no problem. Plus, I hadn't been pushing myself. So now that we come to the flat, I decide, okay, cool, we're gonna race. And we are racing. And I slow it down and we're going, and I turn it out, I adjusted it out perfectly. So now I'm putting out 800. I think I even got up close to 1,000 watts, but right now I'm just constantly at 800 with 130 pedals per minute, 1,200. Now I'm just like, you know what, everybody gets left. I really enjoyed this race. Thank y'all for watching. I know it was short and I cut it off in. Have a great day and ride on.